Whew. Alright, welcome back, guys. Another exciting episode of Doki Doki Blue Skies. Whew. Little heated from the last episode, obviously. But we're not going to worry too much about that. Now, I wanted to kind of go ahead of it a little bit, see if that was going to be the ending or not. After a while, I realized, no, that is not the ending. So we're just going to have to keep going. So, here we are. The sounds of my alarm rouses me back to consciousness. Normally I'd be a little grumpy at the thought of yet another early start for school, but not today. Thinking about the Valentine's weekend Yuri and I spent with each other, it really couldn't have ended any better. Waking up to her on Sunday with neither of us clothed. I blush as I hop out of bed. Now that we've taken our relationship to the next level, I wonder when's the next occasion going to be. Flashes of Yuri's body flicker through my mind. Man, I really am the luckiest guy alive. With a grin, I complete the rest of my morning routine and head to school. Looks like the weather is emulating my feelings. It's uncharacteristically warm today, and the nasty gray skies of winter are nowhere to be seen. Can't complain. Message from Yuri.
Morning, Flam.
Hey Yuri, what's up?
Just thought I'd let you know that I won't be in school today. Looks like I've come down with some kind of cold.
That sucks. You don't need anything, do you? Like any medicine or whatever?
No. I think I'll be okay. Thank you for asking, though.
You sure? I really wouldn't mind coming over after school.
Positive. I'll let you know if I feel any better.
Okay. Sounds good. Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. I love you, Flam.
Love you too, Yuri. Speak soon. Aw, man. Sucks that I won't be seeing Yuri in school today. Huh. I really turned into a lovesick puppy, haven't I? I smile as I shake my head and carry on walking. And that's the end of today's lesson, everyone. Just quick flyby of the school day. Just never fails, Sakurai. Such a shame to end it on such an interesting note. I don't suppose anyone would rather learn about the relationship between Hitler and Mussolini instead of stuffing their faces with delicious food. His own stomach grumbles, causing the class to laugh. Well, I hope no one would, because I'm really hungry. Until next time, guys. I stand up and make my way over to the door. Oh man, I bet the others will tease me about Valentine's Day too. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, let the razzing commence. Sayori, Natsuki, and Monika are already there by the time I step foot inside. Monika is typing something on her lap. Oh, so Sayori's there this time, huh? Cool. Monika is typing something on her laptop while attempting to eat, while Sayori is wholly engrossed in her food. On the other hand, Natsuki doesn't seem to have any food in front of her, and is instead focusing on what looks like yet another shoujo magazine. Oh, shoujo manga. Sorry. Morning, guys. Yeah, it's warm today, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I have to say, it's a huge relief because tennis practices aren't nearly as enjoyable when it's freezing outside. You still play tennis in the winter? You're so dedicated, Monika. More like crazy. You'd be amazed how often those two traits coincide.
As I pull out my food and begin eating, Monika closes her laptop lid and puts the machine into a bag it fits snugly into.
Is Yuri not with you today?
Nah, she said she wasn't feeling very well today. Natsuki mumbles something under her breath that sounds suspiciously like morning sickness. You bitch. Yeah, probably best to act like I didn't hear that.
Oh, what's wrong? Is it the flu?
Nope, some kind of bug. I offered to go see her at the school, but she said she'd be okay.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you two already spent a lot of time with each other, right? I'm guessing you guys also spent the Valentine's weekend with each other, too. Of course, it's nice to spend time with your partner, but it's also healthy to take a break, don't you think?
I hadn't really thought of it like that.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. I'm just a bit worried, that's all. Monica laughs softly.
Lamb, it's just a little bug. I'm sure she's going to be fine. She's not a little child that you constantly have to look after.
Okay, I get it.
It's sweet that you're concerned, though.
Yeah. Natsuki must have been looking at my expression because she suddenly pipes up.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll go and check up on her.
Eh? She looks down at the floor, looking like she's struggling with her words.
I mean, she's my friend too, so...
I grin. Natsuki has always been someone who's really bad at hiding her true feelings. You're worried about her too, aren't you?
No! It's just, well, we're getting a bit closer, so she... I just thought she'd appreciate if I went to see her if she was alright, okay? Aw, look at you looking out for Yuri so much. It's so cute.
Seeing the look on Natsuki's face, Monica hastily interjects.
I think what Sayori really means is that it's really nice to see you two bonding so well as of late. Looks like you both put aside your differences, and it's great to see. God, you guys make everything so sentimental and awkward. Sorry, Natsuki. Anyway, seeing as Yuri isn't here today, there's not much point in sharing poems for our club meeting. Instead, why don't we try writing one instead? Ooh, something new! Yeah, I'd be okay with that. What about the poems we've already written, though? We can share them when Yuri's back. We'd all get more feedback that way, too. I guess that can work.
No complaints here.
I figured you'd say that, Flam. I had a hunch you were slightly preoccupied over this weekend and weren't able to write a poem.
No idea what you're talking about, Monica.
Well, have you written a poem?
She got me, guys. What a mystery. We'll all be taken to our graves. Monica doesn't look particularly convinced, but thankfully, the bell rings, sparing me of any further interrogation. As we pack away our things and prepare to head back to our homeroom classes, an idea comes to mind. I think Yuri would really appreciate it if I wrote her a poem. Yeah, that'd be a great little romantic gesture. Let's get through the rest of the day. With my final lesson over, I made my way back to the club room, eager to test my poetic abilities. I've really changed, haven't I? I didn't mind writing poems back in September, but now I'm so eager to do so. Oh well, it's hardly a bad thing. Once again, I'm the last one in. As I settle into a desk, Monica clears her throat and addresses everyone in the room.
Okay, everyone. There isn't really much for me to say. After all, you know what you're meant to be doing, so feel free to start. By all means, feel free to collaborate with others if you want to. I figured this would be a great way to get some insight into how you guys write poems. Way to put us under pressure, Monica. Sorry, just see what you can come up with. If you want to finish at home, that's fine. I just didn't want to waste a session, and I figured something new might be appreciated. It's okay, Monica. Come on, Natsuki, let's work together and see what we can come up with.
She leads her away as I reach into my bag. As I'm pulling out my writing materials, I pause. It's that note that I received on Valentine's Day. Man, I'd totally forgotten about that. What should I do about it? Even though I'm more than happy with Yuri, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little curious about whom the sender is. Looking around, it seems that Sayori and Natsuki are busy. Well, at least Sayori is, and she's animatedly chattering away while Natsuki looks like she's pretending to listen. Monica doesn't look preoccupied with something for a change, so... Hey, Monica.
What's up, Flan?
I lower my voice and shift my chair so I'm a little closer to Monica. This prompts her to raise her eyebrows. An understandable response, I guess. Listen, can I have my way with you? Yeah, nah. I doubt that's what he's gonna say. Asking something, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, hey, buddy. Something confidential, I assume?
She discreetly nods at the other two girls. I nod my head and show her the now crumpled note. I found this envelope in my locker on Valentine's Day.
And you're asking me if I know who it's from?
How did you guess?
Well, it's either that, or you're going to ask if I sent it. And I think we both know the answer to that question.
Though her tone is dry, I can faintly detect the humor in her voice. I sometimes forget how much Monica likes to tease people. So, any ideas?
You tell me, Flam.
I blink at her. What's that supposed to mean?
In other words, I'm asking you if you have any idea yourself.
Well, it has to be from someone I know. I can't imagine it from any of my classmates. I honestly couldn't imagine it coming from Natsuki, and you obviously haven't, so... My eyes wander over to the back of Sayori's head. Monica must have been following where I'm looking as she nods.
Looks like you don't need my detective skills after all.
But... Sayori?
Didn't you also receive friendship chocolate from her?
Yeah, but it's just that. Friendship chocolate, right? Monica stares at me for a moment. Whoa, okay. There's this look. Monica stares at me for a moment, and somehow I get the feeling that she's doing her best not to roll her eyes. I don't know, it's just weird to think of Sayori in that sense. We've always been good friends. It's just kind of weird to imagine us being anything more than that.
There's nothing wrong with feeling that way, Flam. Besides, you're happy with Yuri now, anyway.
I guess. I just feel kind of bad for Sayori, you know?
But there's nothing to say that you can't spend time with her as friends. I know she'd probably really appreciate that.
Especially since we've stopped walking to school together. A horrible feeling of guilt flushes through my body. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Monica.
It's okay. Now, haven't you got a poem to be getting on with?
Oh yeah, for sure. Guess I'll get started. After some time, Monica stands up and addresses everyone once more.
Okay, everyone. I think that's all the time we have for today. How are all the poems coming along?
I glanced down at mine. I'm fairly happy with it, although I'm not entirely sure how Yuri would perceive it. After all, she does have quite high standards.
Pretty good, I think. Pretty good. I think I'll finish the rest at home. Yeah, same here.
Mine's actually finished.
Looks like everyone's in the same boat, then. We can start out when we share the poems tomorrow, because I've really got a dash. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
After swiftly packing away her things, Monica zooms out of the door with the velocity of a bullet. Me and the two other girls also start packing up, and before long, we're good to go. While writing my poem, I decided that I wanted to walk Sayori home, but surprisingly, she's already gone. Natsuki's the only one left, and she's awkwardly hovering by the door.
You gonna be much longer?
Huh? Oh, no, sorry. Guess I've been a little too lost in thought. I swiftly pack up my stuff and join Natsuki in the corridor. Still gonna go check up on Yuri? She nods. Sounds good. Let me know how she's doing, okay?
Jeez, do you get paid to worry or something?
I start to laugh, but the memory of the cuts on Yuri's arm suddenly come flooding back. The laugh turns more into a wince. Natsuki looks at me curiously. Yeah. Probably. See you tomorrow. Natsuki still looks a little suspicious, but doesn't say anything. It's been a couple hours since I got home, enough time for me to have finished my homework. With nothing left to do, I'm flopped on the sofa and browsing some anime. As I catch up on my favorite series, my mind drifts over to Yuri's house. I wonder how Natsuki's faring at the moment. It's a little strange how she's the one who went over, and not me. But then again, I suppose it's a good thing that they're clearly getting along better these days. I guess Yuri will tell me about it later. Yeah, it's gonna go either really good or really bad. Either way, I'm detecting text messaging from Yuri coming up. My mind also keeps focusing on the Valentine's note along with Monica's words. If it's really from Sayori, then she likes me? No, didn't exactly say that though. I'm happy if you're happy. What does that mean? If she does indeed have feelings, then could that water damage actually be from tears? Or is it just my overactive imagination? Still, no matter what's going on, I really should spend more time with Sayori. Explaining it to Yuri might be a bit tricky though. I don't really want her knowing that Sayori might have feelings for me. Thinking about it, I could just say that I haven't spent much time with Sayori recently. Nothing that's honest about that, and besides, I never do anything to betray Yuri's trust. Yeah, that's a good idea. For sure. Man, Yuri really has a habit of ringing me when I'm thinking about her, doesn't she? Hey, Yuri, how are you feeling?
A little better, thanks.
Is Natsuki over?
Yes, she is. I have to admit, I was a little surprised.
Yeah, she mentioned she was going to come see you at lunchtime. I didn't see it coming either. But it's good to see that you two are getting along so well these days.
I agree. But even though she's considerate towards my needs, I still feel a little awkward around her, especially when it's just us two. Still, I feel like we're getting to know each other a little better, which is a small price to pay for some awkwardness.
Yeah, I was telling Monica about how nice it is to see you two getting along these days.
Although, if I'm being honest, as nice as it is to have her around, I wish it was you who was looking after me, not her.
Huh? But you're the one who said I didn't have to come over when you rang in the morning.
I know. I thought I'd be fine without you for a day, but it's proven to be harder than I imagined.
It's only been a few days, Yuri.
Sorry, I must be coming across as such a freak right now. You must think I'm so obsessive and clingy.
I'm not really sure what I should say here. I don't want to upset her by telling her that her behavior is kind of clingy. But on the other hand, I can't deny that it's a bit, I don't know, alarming. To hear that she can't even bear to be apart from me for a day. This is probably just because we're still in the honeymoon phase of our relationship, right? I feel a choice coming, so... Sayori. Monica did talk about how it's important for each person in a relationship to have their own lives and breathing space. Yeah, I think that's a typo right there. Well, tell you the truth, I think it's a good thing to spend a little time apart. The line goes quiet. I'm starting to worry that I might have said the wrong thing.
Flam? You still want to be with me, right?
Where's this coming from? Of course I do, Yuri. I love you.
Right, of course. Sorry, I'm just being really silly at the moment.
I hear her take a deep breath.
Don't worry about it. Seriously. What did you and the others get up to during the club meeting today?
Yuri's behavior is still a bit suspicious, but I decided to let it go. This isn't really a conversation to be having over the phone. Not much. We decided to write poems instead of sharing them, so it was pretty quiet.
Oh? Well, I look forward to reading your latest poem, then.
Any idea when that would be?
I'm actually feeling a lot better, so most likely tomorrow or the day after. I don't want to jinx anything just yet.
Fair enough. I think you'll really like this one. Or so I hope.
Oh? Why's that?
You'll have to wait and see.
A man of mystery.
Yep. There's an awkward moment of silence.
Anyway, Natsuki is insisting that I get some proper rest, so I should probably get some more sleep before she gets angry.
They're like sisters now. It's weird to see that.
I'll speak to you soon, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow, okay? I love you, Flam.
Love you too, Yuri. Get some rest. The call ends and I slip my phone back into my pocket. There's no denying that Yuri does sound a little bit obsessive, but... is it anything to be concerned over? Sure, it's good to spend time away from your partner. But I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't disappointed over the fact that it's Natsuki and not me who's taking care of her. Well, it's too late to see Yuri now anyway. Plus, Nurse Natsuki is there, so there's not much point in thinking about it. clingy or not, for someone who struggles with acceptance, both from herself and from others. I suppose she's doing well. With a shrug, I turn back to the television screen and immerse myself once more in the colorful world of anime. Why is it that the scariest nightmares are always the ones where you fail out of school? That was not our bad hiccup. Some might say that it's an omen, especially since final season is fast approaching. It takes so much effort to study, though. You know what? I'm just gonna not think about it. Although, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something exceedingly important. This isn't going to something like me forgetting to walk to school with Sayori again, is it? I think there's another type right there. I think that's meant to say this isn't going to be something like, yeah, with the word B in between the two and something. Oh well, might as well get ready for the day while I mull over my forgetfulness. I sit on the toilet and scroll through my Reddit feed. There's no A in Reddit. I suddenly hear the telltale bells of a text message. Oh, from Monica.
Hey guys, don't forget, we have our study group in an hour, so hope you're all awake.
Crap, I totally forgot about it. What a great host I am, offering up my house for a study session and then forgetting all about it. Wait, when the hell did that happen? Oh yeah, it was before the Valentine's date. I offer up a silent thanks to Monica and her dependability. Guess I'd better go out the toilet and clean up the house before Natsuki complains my ears off. That looks good enough, right? Well, it can't be any worse than my place. Why do I always leave the cleaning until the last minute? I feel like I've been in this situation multiple times before. You would have thought that I had learned my lesson by now. And I haven't eaten breakfast yet, too. As if on cue, my stomach gives a forlorn gurgle. Sorry, bud, but societal expectations and politeness take precedent over survival. Maybe I'll have enough time for a quick bite of toast. Nope, there's a knock on the door. Judging by the politeness of the knock, it's either Yuri or Monica. Coming. Who would have guessed? It's Yuri.
Flam, hello.
First one here, huh? I can't say that I didn't expect it, though. You're a whole 10 minutes early. Oh, did I miss something there? Nope.
Well, it wasn't too much of anything, so I decided I might as well come over. Sorry, were you not ready yet?
Nope, you're good. Feel free to come in. I'm actually surprised that Monica isn't early, too. As I usher Yuri into my house, a familiar sounding voice shouts out from the direction of the street.
Wait up! Hold the door!
Looks like I spoke too soon. Monica jogs over to us and waves hello, brushing the bangs out of her eyes.
I should have known that you were gonna beat me here, Yuri. I do like to be punctual. A little more than punctual, don't you think? All in good faith. Obviously, I'm quite early too, so I'm not one to talk.
I mean, punctuality is a good trait to have, isn't it?
Yep. I feel like it shows that you value others' time when you're punctual.
Yeah, I admittedly need to work on keeping track of time more myself.
Anyway, are we going to stand here talking until the others show up, or...?
Alright, let's head inside.
So what's our schedule for today?
Schedule? Aren't we just gonna study?
Well, yes, but shouldn't we discuss how we're going to study and organize ourselves a bit?
I mean, aren't we just gonna read and do problem sets?
But we're not all going to be studying the same subjects at the same time, right?
Oh, well... Hold on, that must be one of the others. Huh? Both Natsuki and Sayori are at my door. Hey guys, did you coordinate this or something?
Nah, we just happened to see each other on the way here. Hi, Flam. We're not late, are we?
No. You guys are right on time. Yuri and Monica are just early as usual. Now that everyone's here, though, we can get started. With that, Natsuki and Sayori follow me to the living room. After swapping hellos, we all settled down on the living room sofas.
So, what are we doing first? Flam, Monica, and I actually have been discussing that right before you two joined us. We were talking about some kind of agenda. Do we really need something like that? All we're gonna do is study.
That's what I asked.
It'd still be helpful to plan out what you're going to study though, in my opinion. We do have around 5 subjects to study, so we should plan accordingly. Don't you guys plan out your studying?
No.
Me neither. I just study for exams in the order that they come in, like a week beforehand. Me too. Well, I kind of crammed the day before though.
Monica looks over desperately at Yuri.
I study in a more organized manner myself. Such sophistication. It helps me to stay on track when I'm going over subjects that I don't like as much. Thank you. As the top 2 students in this group, I'd say that both my and Yuri's studying habits that take precedent over yours. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? It means that we're gonna whip you guys into shape, right, Yuri? I suppose so. Could I ask what that entails first? I just mean that we're going to help everyone stay focused. And that means no romantic cuddles between you and Flam, too. I wasn't even thinking of...
Jeez, Monica, who do you think we are? Just a couple of rambunctious sexual deviants.
Only joking. Anyway, should we focus on the subjects that we're weakest in first? We're only going to be here for a few hours, so we likely won't be able to study every single subject we have. And since we're all together, we should probably study materials that we can ask each other for help on. After all, we could all probably study our strongest subjects quite easily on our own. That's a great idea, Yuri. Yep. Although, what happens if I'm weak in all my subjects? Sayori, try not to be so hard on yourself. After all, you're definitely good with literature, at least. Yeah, you probably do fine in your classes. If anything, it's Flam who has to worry.
Well, I need some water. Hey, I'll have you know that I aced some of my tests before.
I don't think any of us will need help studying literature, though. So I guess none of us are going to be studying Japanese, unless someone here needs help with grammar. Yeah, my worst subjects are science and history.
Huh? Really? I'll probably be able to help you with history, but I'm gonna work on my math first myself.
I'm strong in history and science as well, so feel free to ask me any questions too. Although, math, well, there are more enjoyable subjects to say the least. You two are in luck because math is one of my strongest areas.
That was my class too. Math was my big gun.
Could you add some more to the group? I'm kind of bad at math and science. No problem. Aren't you good at English, Sayori? I'm okay at it. Nice, then you can help me with that too. The grammar always gets me. I believe that's everyone sorted out then.
Yep, we all know we're gonna study now, I think.
I can't believe we're actually doing this. Guess it's good that I'm being forced to study earlier, though. That's the spirit.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Is anyone thirsty or hungry? I could get us all snacks and drinks and stuff to help us power through this.
If it's not too much of a bother, that'd be lovely. Actually, would you like...
Sayori.
I can help. If you still have the same kinds of snacks, I know the perfect ones for each person.
Ah, that'd be great. Thanks. Yuri, were you going to say something?
No, it's alright. We'll be waiting for you two then.
Alright, let's hurry up then, Sayori. Let's see. I'll grab the bottles of water while you grab the snacks, alright?
Sure. Are they still in the same cupboards?
Yep. I just leave them wherever Mom stuffs them when she comes back from her trips.
I haven't been in your house for so long, Flam. It makes me feel really nostalgic.
Yeah, I guess so. Kind of feels like we're kids again, just for a moment.
I always had a hard time picking from the snacks you had.
You better not take an hour like that one time when...
You meanie! That was just because your mom brought a bunch of different flavors of my favorite gummies.
Man, you could have tried them all, you know?
But I didn't want to be rude and eat everything.
Sayori sighs, shuffling some packages around on the shelves.
Looks like there's only one pack of gummies now.
I don't like how the music just kind of cut right there. Oh, that's probably because my mom noticed that you weren't coming over so often anymore. I always like the chips and crackers more, so a slow silence creeps over us. I don't know what to say. How am I supposed to address the huge elephant in the room of drifting away from Sayori again?
Hey, Flam.
What's up?
Do you want to hang out with me tomorrow? Only if you're free, that is.
Sure thing. Is there any reason why?
No, it's just for old time's sake.
I mentally facepalm. What does Sayori need to have specific reasons to hang out with her oldest friend now? Oh, what? Does Sayori need to have specific reasons? Need to have specific reasons to hang out with her oldest friend now? Sayori, I'm sorry that I've been such a terrible friend to you.
Don't worry. It's only natural that you spend more time with your girlfriend. I wouldn't want to get in your way.
You'll always be my dearest friend, okay? Please don't ever forget that. After all, you've been there since we were dumb little kids.
Thanks for the sentiments, Flam. But that's not exactly true now, is it?
She suddenly swoops up the bag of gummies, a box of red bean pancakes, and a package of rice crackers.
Come on, the others must be wondering why we're taking so long.
I'm left standing alone in the kitchen, crumpling up a water bottle in my hands. Why am I such an idiot? Of course she'd be able to see through my empty words. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm going to be studying today. It'll help keep me from thinking about all the mistakes I've made. We're all lazing around at this point, having each settled into our own comfortable studying positions. Monika's laying down on the floor, silently doing readings while popping an occasional cracker into her mouth. Meanwhile, Yuri's sitting primly on the sofa next to me, meticulously finishing problem after problem of math. Natsuki and Sayori are both sitting on the floor and working on the coffee table, sharing the bag of gummies. I lean back and wince as a huge crack sounds from my neck.
Ugh!
The pink-haired girl throws her hands up in the air.
I can't deal with this anymore! What can't you deal with anymore? The freaking Calvin cycle and Krebs cycle for photosynthesis and whatever? Who cares about this stuff? Your science teacher probably does. Shut up! I'm not going to be some kind of plant biologist when I'm older, so why do I need to know all the chemicals and how ATP is made and stuff? If it'll help, I know some effective... I know some effective mnemonic devices that'll make memorizing those processes easier. Teach me them! I'll do anything to make this go by faster!
Natsuki hops up and jams herself between Yuri and me on the couch.
Here's my notebook. How do I memorize it?
With a light laugh, Yuri proceeds to summarize the concepts for Natsuki. Just listening without paying attention, it sounds like a million scientific terms are spewing out of Yuri's mouth. But listening more carefully, Yuri's actually explaining everything in a concise and elegant manner, seemingly addressing potential questions before they're even asked.
So, do you understand it now? You've written down my mnemonic devices, right? Yep, and I get it. And I think I get it. Let me try to explain it back to you to make sure.
Natsuki rattles out the material.
I'd say you're ready to move on now. Seriously? Thanks a bunch. You're a total lifesaver. You should be a teacher or something someday. A teacher? I don't think I'm suited to dealing with so many people. Well, maybe not a teacher, but how about a professor? Like in a university. That way you can just lecture at students about stuff and you'll just have to talk to students one at a time during office hours. I suppose that would be more manageable, but I don't know. Well, I guess you'll figure out what job you want when you're in university. That reminds me, are you planning on heading there yourself? To be honest, I don't know. I know that the smart thing to do would be to go to university and get some kind of degree so I can find a higher paying job. But I don't know what I'd want to do in university. Maybe I'll just become a salary woman. You don't want to work an office job then? Well, I wouldn't want to do it, but it's what pays. If we're talking about our dream jobs, well, what is it? This is kind of embarrassing now that I'm saying it, but I really want to be a manga artist. Oh, really? Yeah, I've actually been practicing some too. It's just a hobby for now, but it'd be really nice if I could do it as a job. What kind of manga would you create then? Romance stories? Maybe. I do like drawing cute girls more than things like fight scenes. I don't know. It's really hard to break into the manga scene, though, and I'll probably make a better living as a secretary or something. But I think that you could do it. Eh? Well, you just seem really passionate about manga. If you're able to pour all those feelings into your work, I'm sure that you'll be able to draw and write something that could resonate with your audience. I'm not particularly a fan of romance stories myself, but if you ever published your own manga, I'd be sure to support it. Thanks!
A bright smile lights up Natsuki's face.
Although, I read things besides shoujo manga too, you know. Like what? I actually know a few really good thriller manga that I could recommend for you. And before you say anything, the art is super good. Like, less cutesy and more realistic. Some of them have crazy amounts of gore even. I see. You know what? I'd like to read them with you. Really? I didn't actually expect you to say yes. Oh. But it's super cool that you're open to it. I'll bring a copy of one of them to the club next time. I'm looking forward to it.
Natsuki-san looks over in my direction.
Jeez, you can be a little less obvious in eavesdropping, Flam.
Shoot, I hadn't even realized that I was eavesdropping.
Well,
you are right next to me.
How nosy. Man, I feel like I made enough progress for today at this point. I totally don't feel like studying anymore. What time is it anyway? Around 6 p.m.? Oh crap, seriously? How did we stay still for so long? I'm sure the snacks helped.
Malika stands up and stretches, arcing her back so that her ponytail dips low and nearly brushes the floor.
Anyway, I was about to call it a day too. I'm sure we wouldn't want to impose on Flam by staying for dinner, especially since he hasn't prepped for many dinner guests.
Yeah, I think I'm beat too.
At least we had snacks to hold off our hunger. I am looking forward to dinner though. I'm sure we're all feeling the same.
You can all leave the snacks and stuff where they are. I'll take care of it all later.
Are you sure? We wouldn't want to be a bother.
Yeah, Yuri, how many times are you gonna ask me this just to hear me say the same exact response over and over again? It's no bother. Yeah, it's only gonna take me like 5 minutes to deal with it, so don't worry about it.
Okay, everyone. I guess that's that then. Nice work today. Everyone was super productive. Looks like Yuri and I may have some competition when it comes to our class rankings.
Man, feels like this was just one long club meeting now.
I suppose it was in a way.
We all get up and stretch too, following Monika's example. A few moments later, the club members have all said their goodbyes and shuffled out the door. Well, except for Yuri, who's lingering behind to give me a more personal goodbye.
I'm guessing that you're not used to studying this hard.
Well, I'll have to admit I usually get distracted a lot more. This time, I had the rest of you pushing me to do well. Do you think we'll have another study session sometime?
Most likely. I think we were all able to help each other somewhat. Monika's assistance within integration and infinite series was definitely invaluable.
Not to mention the help that you provided in the sciences.
Oh, it was nothing.
Are you kidding me? You basically saved Natsuki's grade back there.
I think that you're exaggerating, but thank you for the compliment. Also, now that we've done a bit of studying now, would you like to take a break tomorrow and hang out with me?
Oh. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and just gonna save it right there. Save it right there. Oh boy. This is not gonna be good. I was thinking of singing a film adaptation.
I was thinking of seeing a film adaptation of one of the novels we discussed together.
Tomorrow? Oh boy. Oh, this is not gonna be good. Tomorrow? Sorry, but I already promised Sayori that I'd hang out with her.
Sayori? Oh, I see. That does sound like more fun, doesn't it?
Hey. I grab Yuri's shoulders. I absolutely love to go out with you tomorrow, but what kind of person would I be if I broke promises left and right just to do that? I'm not making up an excuse so I don't have to go with you. It's just that we were genuinely unlucky with the schedule conflict.
I'm sorry. I know that. I shouldn't have said that. It's not your fault at all. I just blurted out a passive intrusive thought. I never want you to have to choose between me and one of your other friends.
Do you still have these intrusive thoughts often? Yuri, you should really look into therapy one more time.
Flam, please.
Alright, I won't push it. Just remember that that's where I stand on it.
I will.
Have you been self-harming lately? Sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable, but I just want to know if you're okay.
It's fine, Flam. I'm not cutting myself as much as before. It's easier to ignore the urges when I can concentrate on other things. Like today, for instance. I couldn't do it because I was studying with you all. And being with you has given me a lot more to think about.
Does this mean that it'll be worse for her now that I won't be with her tomorrow? Oh god, now I'm feeling incredibly guilty. It's not like it's all my fault, but I still can't help feeling this way. Hey, I know that we won't be able to do anything tomorrow, but how about we plan ahead for something else? That way you can look forward to it when you're just thinking about random stuff.
Alright, what do you have in mind?
Do you want to have another date night on White Day?
I didn't think you were this much of a romantic.
Well, I do like to spoil my loved ones. I reach out and hold Yuri's hand in mine.
Were you thinking of a formal type of date, or...
Do you actually want to have a night in and cook a nice dinner together? We haven't done that in a while.
I'd love to.
Yuri leans in and gently kisses me on the cheek.
Thank you for making Thank you for making so much of an effort for me. You can't imagine how much I appreciate it.
And thank you for actually wanting to date a huge nerd like me. The mood lightens considerably as we giggle together. Anyway, would you like me to walk you home?
No, thank you. I'm fine. Besides, you still have to clean up your living room.
Like I said, it'll only take a few minutes to clean up. None of you are particularly messy, so...
I see. Well, I do think I can make it back home in one piece by myself.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Goodbye then, Flam.
She steps closer again, this time to give me a goodbye kiss. And before I know it, she's gone again, leaving only the faintest scent of jasmine and the lingering warmth of the kiss behind with me. Alright. 1 second. I'm gonna go get some more water. Okay, water! Water! Woo! Water! Woo! Water! Alright. Another day, another weekend. I yawn and stretch, glancing over at the clock. 10:21 a.m. A little on the late side, nowadays at least. And today I'll be spending with Sayori. My god. My god, it really feels like another lifetime ago that we used to hang out together. If I'm totally honest, I'm a little nervous. What if it's awkward? What if she resents me for ditching her? No. Don't be silly, Flam. Sayori is still my friend, and she isn't like that. You're acting like an idiot. With a sigh, I start my morning routine, wondering how the rest of the day will go. It's now a little past noon, and I'm just mindlessly passing time. Sayori and I didn't actually make any concrete plans, so we're going to have to improvise a little. From what I remember, she's not really much of a morning person, so I decided to give her a bit of time. I think I've waited long enough, though, so I decided to pull out my phone and shoot her a text. Hey Sayori, feel free to come over if you want.
Hey, Flam. Good timing. I just finished getting ready. I'll make my way over now.
Awesome. See you soon. I put my phone away. In hindsight, I really should have thought of something for us to do. And just like that, Sayori's over, just the two of us.
I know I said it yesterday, but wow, do I feel so nostalgic coming here again.
Yeah. She looks around.
I didn't really get a chance to focus on it because we were all studying, but nothing has really changed, has it? You still got that embarrassing baby photo over there.
She points towards a rather unflattering shot of me, still clad in a diaper and looking rather chubby. Glad to see you remembered it. I laugh under my breath.
So, what are we doing today, Flam?
Well, this was your idea, right? I kind of thought you'd had something planned.
Oh, well, I kind of thought the same, but for you.
I furrow my brow. What kind of logic is that? There's not a whole lot to do here, to be honest. Whenever Yuri comes over, we typically just read and cuddle.
I see.
Her expression drops for the tiniest of moments.
That sounds really cute. But obviously, we can't really do that, so...
There's an awkward pause. For God's sake, Flam, say something. She's your childhood friend. Why don't we go to the park? The one we used to go to as kids.
Oh, that's a great idea. I feel kind of silly for not bringing it up myself.
Well, you always were a bit slow, weren't you? I wink playfully and nudge her.
Hey! At least I wasn't a massive chicken around Halloween.
She stands triumphantly. Okay. Well played. We share a laugh and head for the door. It feels wonderful, if not a little foreign, to tease each other again. It makes me feel like nothing really changed between us. With spring drawing even closer, the frosty bite of winter feels less and less prevalent. It's still too cold for a t-shirt, but with a hoodie on, the temperature is pleasant. Sayori and I take a seat on the park bench and look up at the clouds. So tell me, Sayori, what's new in your life? I try to stay as nonchalant as possible, attempting to fight the guilt seeping into my voice. She giggles quietly.
Not much has changed. Same old, same old.
It's a little hard to discern her expression fully as her eyes are firmly trained on the sky above, but I'm fairly certain I'm detecting some sadness. I don't want to jump right in with questions, though, so I opt for a more casual angle, hoping she'll talk more about herself if she feels comfortable. Honestly, I know that feeling too. Well, sort of, anyway. It's kind of hard to explain. On one hand, joining the literature club last semester, meeting everyone, it goes without saying that that's had a big impact on my life. But at the same time, I feel like nothing's really changed. Maybe it's because despite new faces and stuff, I'm still in the same environment, still waking up every morning for school, all that stuff. That makes any sense. A smile works its way onto her face.
You're sounding more and more like Yuri by the day. I don't think you ever used to be this reflective and analytical.
You're like the third person to tell me that.
Sorry. It must be kind of annoying, right?
Not really. It's more eye-opening, if anything. You know how you can adopt your partner's traits?
Well, I've never been in a relationship before, so I can only imagine.
She looks sadly up at the sky. Hey, Sayori. I'm sure there's someone out there for you. You're really likable, you know? She doesn't look convinced, so I press on. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to or allowed to give so many compliments to a female friend, but you're really sweet, and I know some guy out there is going to really value how kind and upbeat you are. It's so rare that you meet someone as selfless as you are. One day, someone is going to cherish that. I know I've always enjoyed being able to call you my friend. My childhood was amazing, and a huge reason for that because of you. She slowly turns to face me.
Thank you, Flam. That really means a lot to me.
And I'm really sorry. I am really sorry, Sayori. She opens her mouth, but I rush on words, wanting to get my words out before I reconsider. I know it might be more natural for me to spend more time with Yuri, but that doesn't mean I should have done so at your expense. I feel really bad, you know? Like I've just thrown away the history we have. That wasn't ever my intention. Please remember that.
Flam, you're so silly. I didn't ever think that you threw me away. It's completely normal for you to spend more time with your girlfriend. Besides, you make Yuri happy, and by the looks of it, she makes you feel the same way too, right?
I nod.
That's what I value the most, other people's happiness.
But I want you to be happy as well. She laughs and waves off my concern.
You honestly don't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly happy the way I am. You're still in my life, you know? I see you every day in school, and we get to walk there. Plus for things like Halloween, Christmas, study sessions. We all get to hang out, right? So please, don't feel bad, okay? I'm just grateful we're talking again. Because, I'll be honest, I missed you, Flam.
I missed you too, Sayori. She embraces me in a hug. It feels a little strange, being so heartfelt with a girl who isn't Yuri, but it's a nice feeling all the same. Despite the initial novelty of the hug, it very quickly feels very familiar, if not a little nostalgic. Memories come flooding through my mind. Sayori and I biking together through a forest. Me buying her an ice cream. Simnanen. I was pretending that the floor was lava, hopping from chair to chair in my living room. My mom helping us reconcile after a silly argument we had. We eventually break apart. There's a genuine warm smile on her face that I find myself returning without even realizing it.
That's what I want to see more of. And less of the self-blame game, okay?
She pouts slightly, causing me to laugh. Sayori isn't assertive, and when she tries to be, it comes across as more endearing than commanding. Heard you loud and clear, soldier.
Good. Now, I think it's time we did some exploring, don't you think?
Lead the way, Columbus. Well, something that never waned over the years is Sayori's fascination with exploring. Even if it's ground we've already once traversed, it still acts like it's a fabled terrain. I'm not complaining though, her imagination was always something I enjoyed. You know, seeing the wanderlust on your face, it reminds me of when you wanted to be an astronaut when you were younger.
I still think being an astronaut would be really cool, you know. Think of the views! Seeing your home planet from the moon?
You still want to be an astronaut?
Well, as fun as it would be, probably not the best idea, given me and physics don't really mix very well.
So what do you want to do after school? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about this.
I haven't really given it much thought, to be honest.
But you'll be a third year soon.
I know. I don't know. I guess I'll just pick up a subject I enjoy and go from there. I don't really like thinking about the future.
Why not?
Huh? Oh, nothing. Oh, look where we are.
She points ahead to a clearing. I recognize the place instantly. We've had many a picnic there in the past. Sayori immediately makes a beeline for one of the trees. Once she reaches it, she sits down so that the trunk rests against her back. I follow suit and take a seat next to her.
This is one of my favorite spots in the entire park. so many memories here.
You always liked this spot, didn't you? I remember how excited you were when we first stumbled upon this place. It was like a magical forest to you.
Ooh, you remember that?
Of course I do. Oh, flashback.
Ooh, look at this place, Flam. It's a magical forest. Do you think? Yeah. See that big tree over there? I bet a forest wizard lives in it.
A wizard? With lots of cool spells?
Yep. I bet he could turn you into a frog. Blah, I don't want to be a frog. I want to be a dragon. I want to be a dentist. Well, let's ask him.
She runs off towards the tree and knocks on the wood when she gets there.
Hi, Mr. Wizard Man. We heard all about your magic spells and stuff. Can you show us? Please?
No, wizard.
No.
Hey, that's okay. We can still have lots of fun exploring, right? You said it's a magical forest, so I bet we'll find other cool stuff.
Like what?
Like those magical horse thingies. You know, with the horn.
Oh, you mean unicorns?
Yeah, that's the one. Unicorns? That's a new one.
Come on, I bet they're here somewhere. Hey, Flam, wait up! We have to be quick if we want to catch the unicorns, Sayori. I know. But look at these mushrooms.
She points to the floor. Funnily enough, there's a bunch of colorful mushrooms growing next to a tree. Sayori crouches down next to them.
Those are mushrooms, right?
She pokes one and giggles.
Yep. Do you think they're magic mushrooms too?
What? Like mushrooms that give us special powers?
Maybe the wizard is growing them.
I don't know. Mommy told me not to eat things from the floor.
Why not?
Guess they're dirty and they might make you sick. And if you get sick, that means we couldn't play together. That'd really suck. She looks down at them with a sad expression.
Can we at least take them with us? Then we can ask your mommy to wash them so we can eat them?
Well, I think that might be okay. She bends down and plucks them from the ground, carefully putting them in her pockets.
What if these mushrooms did you pick your power? Ooh, which one would you pick?
Ah, man, that's a tough question. Flying would be really fun.
Yeah, it would. You could fly like a bird wherever you wanted to go. It must be so fun. Whee!
But what's the word where you like see through?
Invisibility?
Wow, Sayori, how did you know that? It's such a big word. She beams.
I can be smart sometimes. Anyway, that'd be a really fun power to have. You could prank a lot of people.
What would you pick?
It'd be really nice if my power limit makes everyone smile all the time. So no one would ever be sad ever again.
Huh? But isn't that kind of boring?
I guess. But I feel really good whenever I make people happy, so I think I'd choose that. Everyone is happy that way, right?
I still think that thing would be way cooler. I still remember the look on Mom's face when you told her that you almost ate those mushrooms. I never seen her look so alarmed.
I guess it really wasn't the smartest thing to do, was it?
No, not really. But that's what makes the memories so endearing, you know? That innocence that can only come from a childhood. I put both my hands behind my head and breathe a content sigh.
Those days were a lot of fun, weren't they?
Yeah, they really were. A comfortable silence falls between us. Both of us are lost in the past, reminiscing about the good times. The silence is occasionally broken when one of us decides to share. Either way, I'm enjoying my time with Sayori.
Thanks for spending the time with me today, Flam. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, it's nothing. We should definitely do this more often. Although with exams coming up, I'll probably have to wait until after they're finished.
I really don't like exam season, but at least this will give me something to look forward to after they're done.
Uh-huh. Oh well. At least with our group study sessions, exams shouldn't be so bad this year, right?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure we'll all be fine. Anyway, I'll catch you later, Flam.
She gives me a quick hug, then heads back inside. Ah, damn. I totally forgot to ask her about the Valentine's note. Then again, did I really need to? It wouldn't really have achieved anything. Voila! With high spirits, I'm on my way home. I'm glad I spent the day with Sayori. Plus, as Monica said, it's good to spend a little bit of time away from your partner. Looks like I'm learning. Alright. That was interesting to say the least. And I just hope that me doing that doesn't like trigger a bad ending or something like that. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, because it helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.